lesson, you have learned the position, shape, size, movements, and unique features of our planet Earth. Now, let us understand the features on the surface of the Earth. Our Earth is surrounded by land and water. Almost 70% of our Earth is covered by huge water bodies called oceans. And 30% of our Earth is surrounded by large land masses. Children, observe the model of the Earth on the screen. Blue colored areas are oceans and green and brown colored areas are land masses. Children, all these land masses are same everywhere? No. The land surface of the Earth is not same everywhere. We can observe deep valleys, high mountains, rocky plateaus, dry and sandy deserts, flat and fertile plains, cool and beautiful islands, and many more beautiful features on the surface of the Earth. All these different features of the Earth are called landforms or physical features. Children, you all know that India is our country. Our country, India, is a huge and beautiful land of wonders. From northern Himalayas to southern Indian Ocean, western Thar Desert to the eastern Purvanchal Hills, India is full of beautiful landscapes. India is a land of diversity in region, languages, food, clothing, culture, etc. Really, we are very fortunate to live in this beautiful country. Janani Janma Bhumischa Swargadapi Gariyasi. The meaning of this Sanskrit phrase is mother and motherland are superior than heaven. Our country is like a heaven on the earth due to its variety of landforms. What are these landforms? Landforms are different features of the earth. Let us study in detail about the various landforms of India in the lesson Our India Physical Diversity. Now, let us understand the meaning and examples of landforms. Landforms. Different features which make up our earth are called landforms. I'll repeat. You can also repeat along with me, children. Different features which make up our earth are called landforms or physical features. Some of the very important landforms on the earth are mountains, hills, valley, desert, peninsula, plateau, plains, island. Let us repeat once again. Some of the important landforms on the earth are mountains, hills, valley, desert, peninsula, plateau, plains, and islands. Now, let us understand the meaning and features of these landforms. Mountains. Large landforms that rise above the surrounding are called mountains. I'll repeat. Large landforms that rise above the surrounding are called mountains. Mountains have steep slopes and high peaks rising more than 1000 meters. What is the meaning of peak? Tip of the mountain is called peak. Usually, mountains extend in kilometers and form chains. This chain of mountains is known as mountain range. What is a mountain range? A chain of mountains is known as mountain range. Now, Let us understand some of the mountains located in India. India is surrounded by several mountains such as Himalayas, Vindhya, Aravali, Satpura, Western Ghats or Sahyadri ranges and Eastern Ghats. These are some of the very important mountain ranges located in India. Can you name the mountain ranges located in India? Yes, Himalayas, Vindhya, Aravali, Satpura, Western Ghats and Eastern Ghats are some of the very important mountain ranges in India. Among these, Aravali mountains are the oldest mountains and Himalayas are the highest mountains. Himalayas are the highest mountain ranges in the world. Children, which is the highest mountain range in the world? Himalayas is the highest mountain range in the world. Which is the oldest mountain range in India? Aravali is the oldest mountain range in India. Hill. A naturally raised area of land is called hill. I'll repeat. A naturally raised area of land is called hill. Hills are not as high as mountains. Usually, hills have round tops. Mountains have peaks, but hills have tops. The tip of the hill is called a top. Examples of hills are Nandi Hills, Chamundi Hills, Biligiri Hills, Tirumala Hills, etc. Valley. A long, narrow region of lowland between ranges of mountains, hills, or other high areas are called valleys. A long, narrow region of lowland between ranges of mountains, hills, or other high areas is called valley. Children, observe this picture carefully. Here, a landmass is projected into the sea or the landmass is surrounded by water bodies on three sides. This type of landform is called peninsula. What is a peninsula? A landmass which is surrounded by water bodies on three sides or projected into the sea or ocean is called a peninsula. And the tip of the peninsula is called a cape. What is cape? Tip of the peninsula is called a cape. Example of peninsula is our southern part of India. Whatever the picture you can see here, it is the southern part of India which is projected into the Indian Ocean. It is surrounded by Bay of Bengal in the east and Arabian Sea in the west and Indian Ocean in the south. So, India is also called Peninsula country. What is the other name of India? India is also called Peninsula. Island. A landmass which is surrounded by water is called an island. I'll repeat. A landmass which is surrounded by water is called an island. Examples of islands are Sri Lanka, Australia, Andaman and Nicobar, Lakshadweep, etc. Plains. Extensive areas of flat or underportion lands are called plains. I'll repeat. Extensive areas of flat or underportioned lands are called plains. Usually plains are flat and fertile, and they are very helpful for agriculture. So plains are also called food basket of the world. Not only agriculture, plains are used for building residential areas, construction of roads, etc. Therefore, plains are highly populated areas. Plateau. Plateaus are elevated flatlands surrounded by steep slopes. I'll repeat. Plateaus are elevated flatlands surrounded by steep slopes. Plateaus are also called tablelands. What is the other name of plateau? Plateaus are also called tablelands. Why they are called tablelands? Because they are higher than the surrounding but flat at the top. Plateaus are higher than the surrounding but flat at the top. Deserts. Plains which are dry, barren area of land, especially sandy, mostly devoid of vegetation are called deserts. I'll repeat. Plains which are dry, barren area of land, especially sandy, mostly devoid of vegetation are called deserts. Now let us recall the definitions of landforms. Mountains. Large landforms that rise above the surrounding and have steep slopes and high peaks are called mountains. I'll repeat. Large landforms that rises above the surrounding and have steep slopes and high peaks are called mountains. Valley. A long, narrow region of lowland between ranges of mountains, hills, or other high areas is called valley. I'll repeat. A long, narrow region of lowland between ranges of mountains, hills, or other high areas is called valley. Island. A landmass which is surrounded by water is called an island. A landmass which is surrounded by water is called an island. Peninsula. A landmass which is surrounded by water bodies on three sides or projected into the sea is called a peninsula. A landmass which is surrounded by water bodies on three sides or projected into the sea is called a peninsula. Plains. Extensive areas of flat or underportioned lands are called plains. I'll repeat. Extensive areas of flat or underportioned lands are called plains. Plateau. Plateaus are elevated flatlands surrounded by steep slopes. Plateaus are elevated flatlands surrounded by steep slopes. Plateaus are also called tablelands. Deserts. Plains which are dry, barren area of land, especially sandy, mostly devoid of vegetation, are called deserts. Plains which are dry, barren area of land, especially sandy, mostly devoid of vegetation, are called deserts. Children, hope you are clear about the definitions of landforms. Children, you have understood about some of the important physical features of the earth such as mountains, plains, plateaus, deserts, etc. Now let us study in detail about the physical features of India. Physical divisions of India. Before we study the map, it is very important to understand about the directions. Observe this chart of 8 major directions, children. Your right hand side lies the east and left hand side lies the west. North at the top and south at the bottom. These are four major directions. Other four are called intermediate directions. Between the north and the east lies northeast. Between the north and the west lies the northwest. Between the west and the south lies the southwest. And between the south and the east lies the southeast. Now observe the map of India and mark the 8 major directions. Our country is divided into 5 major physical divisions. So, 5 physical divisions are signified with 5 different colors in the map. Our country, India, is broadly divided into 5 physical divisions. They are the northern mountains, the northern plains or the Indo-Gangetic plains, the western desert, the southern plateau or the peninsular plateau, the coastal plains and islands. I'll repeat, the 5 major physical divisions of India are the northern mountains, the northern plains, the western desert, the southern plateau, and the coastal plains and islands. The northernmost brown colored area in the map represents the northern mountains. When we move towards the south, the vast green colored area represents the northern plains or the Indo-Gangetic plains. The yellow colored portion signifies the western Thar desert. The skin colored area, which is in the shape of cone or triangle, is the southern plateau or peninsular plateau. The dark green colored portion to the east and the west of peninsular plateau is called coastal plains. Can you see the small dots in the water bodies, children? They are the two group of islands in the southeast and southwest. Let us recall once again. The 5 major physical divisions of India are the northern mountains, the northern plains, the western deserts, the southern plateau, the coastal plains and islands. You are going to study about all these 5 major physical divisions in detail in the next sessions. Now, let us recall and go through some of the activities and assignments. Let us revise whatever you have learned today. Points to remember. The different features which make up our earth are called landforms, mountains, hills, valley, desert, peninsula, plateau, plains, island are some of the landforms. India is a land of varied landforms. India is divided into 5 major physical divisions, namely the northern mountains, the northern plains or Indo-Gangetic plains, the western deserts, the southern plateau, the coastal plains and islands. Children, here is an activity for you. Identify the physical divisions of India in the given map. Let us go through the assignment now. Match the following landforms with the pictures. The landforms given here are plateau, valley, island, plain, mountain. Hope you are able to match the names with the pictures. Second main, Name the following. A landmass which is surrounded by water bodies on three sides or projected into the sea. Second one, plains which are dry, barren area of land, especially sandy, mostly devoid of vegetation. Third one, tip of the peninsula. Number 4, a long, narrow region of lowland between ranges of mountains, hills, or other high areas. Third may answer the following questions. What are landforms? Give examples. Question number 2. Name the 5 physical divisions of India. Question number 3. Write the names of any 4 mountain ranges of India. Hope you are able to answer these questions. Let us discuss the answers in the next class. Until then, keep learning, children. Thank you.